It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the Cards. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Arizona Cardinals. It's time for the start of a new NFL season. Always such a fun time of the year. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you up in the booth once again. And we could not, CD, have asked for a more exciting game to start this season. Kansas City, Arizona, two teams coming off strong seasons, both fueled by those high-powered offenses.
And this should be so much fun for people at home watching because both of these teams, they know how to put up points. How about this stat? Each of the last 4 seasons, we've seen one opening week game with 69 or more points combined. I'd have to think that this game is a front runner to keep that streak going. Look, we all know about Kansas City. 4 straight conference title game appearances, but last year, Arizona took a huge step forward, 11 wins, and made the playoffs. We know the few teams in the league can keep up with Kansas City, but you have to think the Cardinals are one of them.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense takes the field, and no surprises. The man that's guiding them, the Pro Bowler in his 4th season at the wheel of this offense, Kyler Murray.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
Now Murray, and that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
First down by DeAndre Hopkins, and this guy, he's looking for a rebound from uncharacteristically low numbers last season. Missed the first significant time of his career due to injury and was limited to lows in catches and yardage. Back and fully healthy, we expect him to return to his all-pro form.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. These Chiefs to start 2022, well, they were handed a very tough task by the schedule makers, not just in going on the road to face a Cardinal team that was 11-6 last year, but they're going to be the first team in NFL history to start a season with 8 consecutive games against teams that finished above 500 from the previous year. After today, Chargers, Colts, Bucks, Raiders, Bills, 49ers, Titans, and that doesn't even count that they play last year's Super Bowl teams, the Rams and Bengals, in the second half of the year. Now Murray. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm. And nowadays, we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws. But he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Trent McDuffie. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They're such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot him. Here comes the Kansas City offense, and in his 6th season of conducting this high-powered attack, coming off 4 straight Pro Bowls, it's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here comes the rookie 7th-round pick. It's Isaiah Pacheco. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time. Gets the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive will start with Connor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Stopped and handed a loss by Willie Gay that time.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Escaping the pressure right. Murray has it knocked loose, fumble, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's McKinnon on the draw. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This one from 46 yards out. Butker's kick here is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Murray now. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chris Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Hardman on the return. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. Their defense has pitched the shutout now. They probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he takes a shot on release as this will be incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Now Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, you always always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cards will take over. 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll start the drive with a give to Connor. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Thanks to Frank Clark, that play was doomed from the start. What a job defensively.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Murray now to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
But they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Here's Andy Lee now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He'll take it at the 42. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. 58 yards, the distance covered on the punt return. Quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
That's good for a Cardinals.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Legero Sneed. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And they're going to get this up to midfield. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take and look like turtle at this point.
And he takes this into the end zone for the Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, 28 yards. And the Chiefs are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do there. Extra point by Butler is on target, and that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Murray got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Murray to air it out again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, 53 yards. And the Cardinals are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up first and goal.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. To throw is Mahomes. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Noah Gray, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Murray now on first down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Now they got to get to the line quickly. After the sack on first down, Murray to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now Murray's got to have this one. That pass complete to Moore. Touchdown, Cardinals! Rondale Moore, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Prater for the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. In the 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Chiefs, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.